Hello and welcome back to Torment, Tides of Numenera. We are in the old slave block, and this place is creepy as heck. Full of murders, apparently, and they stole a flag, and they steal a lot of things, and being creepy as heck, and usually don't attack others. We just gotta see. Oh my. Will they attack me? My first death in this game were because of murders. So, I can't say I'm a huge fan. Two hunched avian humanoids stare at you, their bright and hate-filled eyes shining above directly yellow beaks. You recognize them at once. Murdens. They emit a kind of psychic fuzz, a mental blanket that makes it difficult for you to concentrate. One puffs its greasy black feathers to make itself look larger, while the other scrapes close to the ground. Their arms wave and gesture, and the intent is clear. Go no further. I mean you no harm. I've come to retrieve the standard for our ugliest irregulars. Move aside or I tell you tear out your feathers and roast you on a spit. Oh, that's interesting. So you actually can use your strength in this situation as a conversation check. But of course it's more hot-headed. Wow, that's no, just crazy. Okay, I'm just gonna scam them and convince them. I just came for the flag. It's not true. One of them points its blade toward the adjoining room. They back slowly and nervously away, keeping their eyes on you the whole time. Don't worry about me. I just came for the flag. Act like you belong. This makeshift bed consists of rags, dirty feathers, and assorted junk. Same thing.
Like a whisper.
So, this is the room I should be going to, or this is the room I should be going to? Oh.
Go.
Oh. Got a lot of stuff. Oh, Skura the Faceless? Are these just people locked in? Beneath the grate, a vertical shaft descends into darkness. Faint whispers echo from somewhere far below.
Here comes the boredom
What is
slayer.
this? Manacles hang from the ancient stone, felt, but they are rusted and useless. No one has been chained here in a long time. Oh, that's refreshing.
Yes.
Okay, oddity, take it.
Like a whisper.
So they stole a lot of crap, that's for sure. Skura, are you just staying here? A cleverly made bed lies at the back of the cell, cobbled together from scraps of wood and rope. Are you staying here by your own will? His creature stirs and mutters at your approach, though the form is recognizably humanoid? Okay. Her head is horribly disfigured. Something has wiped her face clean of features, leaving an expanse of mottled and bulbous flesh, save only for a horrifically enlarged mouth and two small holes where her ears should be. She hears you approach and clutches a small jar close to her chest. What would you have with Skura? That though my looks have been stolen, scribbled away by a million's thoughtless particles, I can hear you breathing. I can taste what others can only smell. Your fear, your exertion. She smacks her oversized lips. Tell me, if you had lost your sight, what price would you pay for its return? New taste, a strange one. Will this one help me? Only one way to know. I would give anything. Sight is important to me, as it must be to you. Yep, I would pay shins or Numenera, but I wouldn't run to the ends of the earth to regain the sense. I have others I can use with equal facility. What price? Time only. I suppose my eyes would regrow eventually. I would give anything. Sight is important. Well, possibly not anything. It's a, well, it's kind of a, okay. But it's important, let's just say that. I would
making a
give
note.
anything. We are in agreement then. She nods at the jar in her hands. This contains a piece of the iron wind, the nanostorm that blows across the world and reshapes all in its path. It is my most prized possession, the culmination of my labors, and it was not worth that which was taken in its taking. I would trade it in a moment if I could only see again. She smacks her horrid mouth at you. I can taste the strangeness of you. You're different from the others here. I beg your aid. Why not? What happened to you? I'm not a doctor. I was a nano once, a researcher of the on the cutting edge of this of the science. Ah, the nano spirits. In particular, I sought to harness the power of the iron wind. But the shields, my shields. They gave way around me, and the iron wind swirled in and found me. He smiles sadly, her immense mouth drooling. She pats the jar. I captured some of the iron wind here, but it still remained me. I was cast out, an abomination. I skulk and beg for my living. At least the Murdens fear me. Why? So the iron wind stole your face? Is it in the jar? If so, can I see? Perhaps I should not hold on to that jar, especially if it steals faces. No. But they will eat him alive, yes. And they will eat us alive too. No, Ertis, I think that would be a bad idea. She nestles the jar close to her, her hands hovering above the controls. A very bad idea. Stay back, you creature of dancing smells. Good smells, I hope. Not like the rest of this place or you, milady. He blushes and quickly tries to cover his mistake. Not that you smell bad, all things considered. He hesitates. Wait, you don't have a nose. She shakes her face at him, baring his teeth. He backs away. My companion Ertis has an interesting problem. I'm wondering if you can help him. Let us find out, she mutters, reaching out. Take Skora's hand. Ertis does so with great reluctance, turning to you, not noticing that his glow is flowing up her arm, and it fits and starts. I don't know why you think I have a problem. I'm a hero, after all. I don't have a... No. He goes rigid, eyes rolling back in his head. Error, blindness, agony. What are you doing to him? Sampling the mana spirits that have possessed your friend, he says calmly, tightening her grip over Ertis's convulsing hand. A single tendril of his golden aura sinks into a hole at the crook of her elbow. How did you sample his aura like that? Sensors and processes in my chest. The iron wind saw fit to merge my flesh with my equipment when it stole my face. She chuckles and a runnel of drool slips from her too wide mouth. I studied the nano spirits, and the iron wind turned me into a living tool to measure the things. Never let it be said that the wind doesn't have a sense of humor. How can I purge them? You can't, he says, shrugging Mishappen's shoulder. They've taken root in him, and they'll stay until the end, of course. He smiles. Now it's my turn. How did you learn of your friend's problem? I could hear the nanospirits talking in his mind. His original personality is trapped in my mind. I could hear them talking. Perfect, she says, though the information doesn't seem to have surprised her all that much. Well, return to your mind and follow my instructions to the letter.
Updated my journal.
Skora has the faintest glow aura. Once there, call them by their names. The stronger ones are the paragons, the weaker ones. She pauses, smacking her lips. The glow around her fades. Cathartics. Call them forth, and they will speak to you. Perhaps you will be able to convince them to leave your friend alone. She abruptly releases Ertis's hand, and he stumbles back, massaging his wrist. I think I slept, Erdi says in tones of soft wonder. I never sleep. His eyes, his glow returns inch by inch. He's coming for us. Are you sure? Yes. Now, says Cora, shifting beneath her legs. What else? Let's examine the jar she holds. Made from an opaque, battered metal, it looks like a repurposed cylinder intended to hold some sort of high-energy matter. Control panels emit the small readouts into the air above its surface. The jar thrums with energy, almost alive, and Skora's lips slobber into a 2D smile. My pride and my punishment, all in one. Then she hides it back behind her back. And if you want it, you'll help me regain my sight. If not, you'll never know its wonders. Perhaps he's interested. This is good. I'm not gonna grab the jar. How do I do that? What do you want me to do for you? Do you not listen? I'm blind and I would see. I don't care how it's done. Restore my sight and I will give you my jar of wind. Can I just give you the feeling of sight? Hope to see you soon. I can try to grab your stupid jar, but I'm not gonna do that.
I'm ready.
This just opens the door. Should I just go to the Murden lair?
Why not?
Let's check out the wall. Crumbling masonry serves as a testament to a past effort to reinforce the walls, but the bloom seems to have other ideas.
Action! Here I come!
Okay, other rooms? This old metal door looks fairly solid. It has a single mechanical lock. You notice that the mechanism appears complicated, suggesting that it is more than just a simple lock. Pick it! Let's examine the lock more closely. Embedded within the locking mechanism is a thin bladder of air. And as you look more carefully, you realize that the bladder is somehow connected to a series of tubes. This is a trap, a cunning, ingenious trap that is beyond the skill of the Murdens. It must be part of the original design of the door. Try to disarm the trap. Not me, though. Gotta be her. Moving slowly and methodically, you trace the trigger mechanisms to a pinhole nozzle in the door, in the front of the door, which leads back to a small reservoir. It contains a dangerous substance that would be sprayed on a hapless victim. After disabling the triggers, you remove the reservoir from the door. You are now the proud owner of a small sack of molecular acid. Right, let's pick it. Oh, you're doing this whole thing. You manipulate the lock successfully and the door unlocks with a satisfying clunk. Oh! So the Memovira thugs lock themselves in? Ooh, okay. Okay, Memovira thugs.
Making a note.
Strips of flesh have been torn from this corpse, and the eye sockets are empty. Judging by the armor, this was one of the Memovira's thugs. Two men share this cell. Both of them wear the armor of the Memovira's soldiers. A third soldier lies on the ground nearby, lifeless. One of the survivors is badly hurt, bleeding and clutching his side. The other, a younger man, appears uninjured. His hands are bound with rusty manacles, and he looks blearily up at you with eyes that suggest that he's waiting for the butcher's blade. When he realizes that you are not a Murden, his face lights with frantic hope. Oh, thank the gods you've come. If you can free us, you can name your reward with Braska, or with the Memovira herself. Big words. How did you get here? We've been on this route for a long time, a very long time. We've never had any trouble with the Murdens before. They always paid their tribute, so we had no reason to think they've just tried to slaughter us. We fought back and we survived the fight, but he gestures to his companion. I don't know how much longer he'll survive. I need your help to escape. Tabak's got a family back in Sagus. I gotta get him out of here. How have you been treated? Like, give us some ball or of slop now and then, but I don't dare eat it. If I used it as a chamber pot, you'd never know the difference. Otherwise, they ignore Zebek and me. I mean, if they don't count the time when they came in here and ate pieces of a pech, they're keeping us fresh. That's what I think. Instead of letting us rot or turn come, I'm sure of it. I heard the screaming down the hall. What are they keeping? What are they keeping us fresh for? Yeah. Maybe I can. I shouldn't free them right now.
Yes.
Maybe I should talk with the Murdens first.
To action!
For some reason I ignored the Murdens right away. I don't know. I just wanted to snoop around the place before. Someone was talking. As you tug on the heavy door, a panic-filled male voice calls out to you. Hello? Is someone out there? I know you're not murderers. I can feel their blasted mental noise. And all by the gods, I hope you're friendlier than they are. Please, you have to help me. For the love of everything you hold dear, please open the door. Who are you? My friends call me Shinvais. Please, I don't want to die. Open the door. What's trying to kill you? I know. Tentacle things that hang around the edges of the room. There's bloom and bones all over the floor. The murderers threw me in here, locked the door behind me. I think I'm supposed to be some kind of a sacrifice. Quick fingers? Kina, it's your job again. I'm not freeing anybody, I'm just opening their doors. With a click, you unlock the door, and it grumbles open, revealing an emaciated man in tattered rags, a look of profound shock and fear on his face. Behind him, blood and bones litter the floor. The man is short and dark, and his face is scarred and disfigured. One of his injuries is freshly branded on his cheek, stylized blade with blood dripping from it. He wears the ragged clothes of a Bloom slave, tethered and filthy. He tries desperately to push past you. Let me out of here, I beg you, this is no fit place for a human. It's going to kill me? I'll do anything to get out of here, even if I have to kill again. Before I let you out, I need you to answer some questions for me. He glances back over his shoulder, his nervousness apparent in every twitch, and you can see him evaluating the possibility of just bowling through you. His mental calculus complete, he inches closer but shows no sign of trying to bolt. Alright, but please, make them quick. I don't want us to be eaten. Tell me what's in the room. Why does it frighten you? He looks at you with incredulity. The floor is covered with blood, the bones are snapped in half, and the smell of death is everywhere. He breaks off and looks behind you, apparently distraught. I don't know what's in there, but I've seen things, tentacle things, moving around on the edges of the room. Is he insane? How does this room not frighten him? What are you doing here? You know, that auctioneer outside the Memory's fortress? The one with too many teeth? He sold me to the merchant, supposedly to open a maw, then the merchant sold me to the Murdens. That's not even legal. Nobody's allowed to sell slaves to the Murdens. The bastards. He swallowed and glances over his shoulder again. The Murdens threw me in this cell. Looks like you got the better end of the bargain. Beats getting fed to the maw. I saw them cast another slave into the room before me. I heard her screaming, so much blood. He looks imploringly past you. Please let me out. Who are you? I'm Shinvais. I got caught by the levies when I nicked some sleep vine from my old mother. She's dying, but I couldn't afford the Churgan. And I'd never done it before. I thought I'd take a chance on Bloom's slavery and to pay my debts and get back home. I never dreamed I'd wind up here. Will he buy it? It shouldn't matter. Nobody deserved this fate, no matter what I did. Can I just use that information? What? What's that symbol on your cheek? That's the mark of a murderer. Ah, that's the mark of a murderer, Matkina says at once. Even if a killer survives Bloom slavery, people will always know who they are dealing with. They use a special brand that shines through makeup and disguises. She chuckles at some secret joke. Well, we are all murderers here. The brand's no match for a cast of Constitution, though, no matter how many times they try. Ah. The little man's eyes dart left and right, and he licks his lips. It's true, I killed a couple thugs in the underbelly, but it was them or me. Honest, Folsom turned me over to the levies because the ones I killed worked for him. Otherwise, he wouldn't have cared. I have no more questions. Does this mean you let me go? Please, please. Someone put you in here there for a reason. Push him back in the room. Not me. Let's go with 95. The little man struggles desperately, his fear lending him strength, but at last you manage to wrestle him back into the room and you slam the door in his face. Do I really slam the door in his face? He beats furiously on the door and his voice changes dramatically from polite and nervous. From the polite and nervous tone before. You poxy-eyed bastard! I'll slaughter you! I'll drink the blood of your mother! I'll ravage your father's corpse! I'll... He cuts off abruptly. Fight the black free? What's that? His frantic drumming on the door is more insistent. You can't leave me in here! Don't let them... Oh gods, no! A screeching, hissing noise drowns out his words. The sound is organic but strangely alien, and it sends involuntarily shivers through your heart. Then the screams begin, rising in pitch and pain. The vast slapping that accompanies each howl is even more disturbing. Suddenly the noise ends. As if cut off altogether, you crack the door and you see nothing but bloody chunks of flesh and viscera, the remains of the hapless slave, and on the far wall a new maw. One that wasn't there before. It gapes wide open, with a glowing singularity side. Interesting. But this is not what I wanted, actually. I just wanted to... What I wanted, Scout's honest, is to make him stay here until I talk with the Murdens. And if... Just get their side of the story. Because I know the Murdens... People have a really bad opinion of the Murdens, but I still wanted to talk with them, to know what's up.
Whatever.
But from what I know, manacles hang from the top of these filths. Blood and viscera cover the floor around them.
Yes.
Okay, let's take the shins.
I'm ready.
I'm like, that was not the choice I'm making. I chose to not let him go
I'm there.
for now.
In the shadows.
But apparently I chose to kick him back, closing the door, and make him get eaten. And the monsters came out, he got eaten, and the maw opened, then I opened the door, and all that happened. That's not what I chose. I just chose not let him go for now.
Yes.
So that
Now.
was a little bit over the top. Anyhow, let's talk to some Murdens.
I'll handle it.
So, what is this? This is the same thing, right? Makeshift bed. Translator and Murden Chief. If this doesn't go well, we're gonna see some murdering. Murden Chief? What's up? Yes, the larger size of this Murden and the grey down that tinges his beak and eyes gives him a more stately and menacing look than his compatriots. His clothes are less tethered and he projects an aura of command. As you approach, he hisses at the other Murdens, and the annoying mental static dies down considerably, leaving only his singular field as a sharper source. The noise whines and scratches in your head as the chief speaks. The human woman at his side speaks in a dull monotone. Squalling blast of static. Then she says, monotone woman voice. No, pretty clothes from drinking man belong here. Right of theft. If drinking man want it, he steal it back. If you return it, you will gain much respect, possibility of the friendship of Artaglio, more freedom to roam the bloom. That's bullshit. If the theft... Is it theft if I take it from your bloody corpse? Give it to me now. Wow. Let's go with the first one. Let's talk about bullshit. You want clothes? Replace it, but not with coin. Not with things. Replace it with experience. Her monotone breaks slightly here. The emphasis of the Murden's thought pushing more strongly on her. Flight. I want to hunt in the sky. Give me experience of hunting, flight, and dive on prey. Then I return clothes to drinking man. Seriously? As the other Murdens hiss and clack, she adds, ha, chief funny. Ha, impossible. I can do it. I'm looking for a black metal frame and that you recently took from the humans. Chief squawks and the translator speaks. Ha ha. We have many treasures. Now remember frame. He muttered, Alliger mutters to you. If you have to kill them and root through the junk for it, I'm willing. I'm here for the return of Artaglio's standard. The flag is flag in your nest. Squawk a blast of static. Then she says, no, pretty clothes from drinking man belongs here. Ring of theft. If drinking man want it back, he steal it back. Let me ask something else. We can just give them the experience or just intimidate them and I don't know, let's just we can just buy them stuff. Who is the woman who speaks your words? Ah, that's awesome. Can I free her? I'm just willing to murder every single one here just to save that woman. Because she doesn't look like she's having a great time. The woman stands impassively as the murderers buzz static through several irritating frequencies back and forth. At last the chief's mental buzz cuts through them all. She recites the words without feeling or fairness. This is not woman. Shell is empty. Woman is gone. Why you speak of this as human? It is machine. When it expires, we'll find new machine. We not speak human language. We buy slave, we fix slave's brain, slave becomes machine. Machine speaks human. He speaks while the chief clacks and hisses. Slave not need whole brain anymore. Excess brain was tasty. Oh. That last part really got me. I think you guys gonna die. That last part, excess brain was tasty. So you guys bought a slave and this is the second slave I know of. One slave ended up dying and this slave got brain damaged. Tell me about your people. The young woman waits for a moment while the chief and his underlings hiss and click back and forth to each other. What to say? We are murderers. We hunt, we find, we take. The humans hate us. Inward, outside, we flee from them. Here, we rule. Her shoulders roll, an obscene imitation of an avian shrug. Here, humans fear us. I'll see about that. What is that static in the air? Upon hearing your questions, all the murderers in the room begin cackling and shrieking. Ha, 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 says the translator in a monotone voice barely audible over the noise. When the murders have settled down, the harsh static of the chief fills your head, and the translator speaks. That is our thoughts. That is how we speak. No need for clumsy words like you, stupid human. Now that does it. I came for the standard. I'm gonna intimidate the shit out of you. Not you. At this? Go ahead. You can do it. Oh, we got it! The Murden's chief shrink from your words. The Murden around him grow silent and still as they watch their leader fetch the filthy standard from his nest. He passes it to you wordlessly, as hardly a trace of the psychic noise around him leaks out as he does so. Alright. That's awesome! What a big puss.
Done.
I want to sweet talk them out of it, and now they just chickened out. I intimidated them and they chickened out. That's it.
Done.
Angel Tug, you guys are free to go. The murders are my bitches. What happened to you? No, we know. Got to the chopper! If you're gonna help us escape, better talk to him. He knows that his comrade. I won't be much use, but I'll follow along as best I can. Okay. Did I turn to the wrong guy? Memory Tug? Have you come to free us? I can't stand being trapped here much longer. Get to the chopper! Oh, there's a key by the door, friend, he says. Just use that and, excellent! He finishes as you unlock him and his friend. Can I trouble you for something else? With the shape Zebak is in, there's no way we can get out of here alive. Or at least, not with the murdered guards watching the entryway. Can you do something about them? If you go hide in the next cell, I'll tell the murdered guards that you escaped. That should give you time. I'm gonna tell them. A solid plan. We'll wait for you here. We'll give you... when you give us the word, the way is clear. We'll make a run for it. That sounds good. Solid plan.
Happy to help.
Can I just open the door? Can I just go to the murders and attack them? And Planescape theory, you can just... You can just attack people. Like, by just selecting the attack command. Looks like I cannot force a fight with them right now. Unless I force a fight with the murdered guards. Your prisoners are gone! The creature looks at you blankly for a moment, then darts a quick glance at his comrade. You sense a staticky psychic exchange between them, and they turn and dash down the hall.
Doing it now.
Boys, go! Go, 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 go! You idiots!
I'm going.
Do I need to point this out? Go! No! It's not the time to talk about your wounds or what happened to you. Are they distracted? Can we make a break for it? Yes, you idiot! It's clear you should run now!
Remember that.
You have a granted friend, farewell! Just go! Wow, what a bunch of idiots. Can't say I care much for those guards, but they still... whatever.
You've got it.
I got it. Save those guys. Maybe we're gonna use this teleporter. I always want it done right. So, Skoru's abode. Maybe we can find a way to give her back her vision. How?
Right.
Unclear. But we can definitely talk to the doctors. What that is, that's a good bloody question. Whoa!
All right.
Alright. Oddity. Ooh, right. This is what... okay.
Making a note.
This is what Eligor is looking for.
I'm going.
They call their shit. Heart of Mali.
I'm carrying too many ciphers.
I know. Ooh. Tucked away in this flashy abscess in a sculpture of pickaxe embedded in a jumble of stone blocks. Near the sculpture base is a bronze plaque. Examine it. Etched on the plaque is a short message. Better to swing the pick than strike the wain. Chains are shackles and treasures chains. Examine the pickaxe. The shining metal handle towers overhead, completely out of reach. You couldn't touch it without climbing the sculpture itself, and even then it looks far too heavy to move. The pickaxe trembles and you blink. You felt the motion in your mind. You may actually be able to affect the sculpture with your thoughts. I have really good concentration. Try to free the pickaxe? Yeah. I'm gonna nail this. You focus on the handle of the pickaxe and you think, move. It twitches, but nothing else happens. Shutting out every sound around you, every tremor in the floor, and the soft thumping of your heart. Put your full attention against the shape of the tool above you. With a hoarse scraping sound, the pickaxe retracts from the stone blocks, and the waterfall of shins cascade from some inner recess in the sculpture into a pile between the blocks. You won a battle of wits with a sculpture! Congratulations! The hero should have solved that challenge. We feel cheated. Take the shins! As you reach for the shins inside the sculpture, a strange feeling of revulsion sweeps over you. I'm taking my way. Ah. You quickly scoop up the shins. With each handful, the queasiness seems to sink deeper into you, bugging your thoughts. Last cast of game's demorize fellow until the next time the party sleeps. Whatever. I feel bad about taking all of that. I actually don't. Seriously? So many bloody ciphers. I never use them. But they just give you a negative if you have them?
Of course.
I'll just leave it. What's that? This immense pile of comprised of shiny baubles, decorative objects, and broken bits of Numenera. Most of the treasure has no practical value whatsoever. Brightly colored bits and bobs from a small pile here, all of it completely worthless.
I'm going.
What? Cloak artifact. What? Movement speed? Only usable by the last caster. Astronomical Merecaster. Skeletal remains of a human lie amidst the treasure, clad in shiny armor. Unfortunately, the armor is purely ornamental.
Let's go.
It's a good thing we checked this out, because I do have a tendency just to leave like pathways unexplored. No, I just maybe I would have expected that this is a whole new area, but it is definitely not. It's just a treasure trove. Will they know that I like cleaned them out? Possibly they don't even care. They're just my bitches now.
Here comes the boredom slayer.
I just intimidated them.
All right.
Hey Murders, what's up? I cleaned you guys out. I hope you guys don't mind. Taking the flag as well and thingy. Oh, yeah. Algern, let's talk about it. They won't attack us. I got it.
Let's get back to Orthe. I want to know what he has to say about this frame. What his big secret is.
How you holding up? I'm fine. I appreciate you asking. Fine. Let's forget it. Let's continue. You're right. I don't really tend to ask my companions about what they think of the party members.
I'm going.
I ask them in the past, but I don't keep asking it just for no reason. I suppose there's not much reason to ask. Alright, we gotta go back to Orthe.
And it's done.
It's done. That murder cave went pretty well. I was kind of looking forward to killing them after I learned about that woman.
Absolutely.
But I suppose the embarrassment will live longer. Artaglio? Oh, got back your flag. You again? Oh, that was not his voice. You again? I think you're missing something. The conversation around the slum died down. Artaglio's soldiers look at you, at each other, at their commander, and at the standard that Artaglio takes from you and unfolds. He unfolds it reverently, momentarily taking his eyes from the maw. Then the standard is stained from the Murden's trash heap, bloody and torn, but he holds it as if it were an infant. His face and voice lose their ironic, cynical edge. I'm in your daft cast-off. Truly, I am. Name your price. Don't you owe me like 2 by now? By the gods, I never thought I'd see this again. Never imagined I'd care either. If you're truly in my debt, then I ask... No. I need to prepare. I'll think about it, okay? You owe me 2 now. He looks around again, his eyes lingering on the mall behind them, and he takes a long drink. Fine, I owe you a favor. Let me know when you want to call it in. You owe me one, okay? I wouldn't even say this is a big one, you just owe me one. You know, this is the start of a beautiful friendship. Kind of. If I'm really your mug brother, I want to call in that favor you promised. If you won't sacrifice yourself to the maw, then I need a scrap of your hair or some of your blood. My precious skin has been scarred enough in the service of cast-offs. Thank you very much. And he stops talking and thinks, wait a moment. You've been talking to Sheen, haven't you? He glances toward the alchemist lab. About opening the maw. Is he so desperate that he'll sacrifice himself for the maw? No, someone else, certainly. Lock of Artaglio's hair. The moment you nod, he happily draws his knife and saws off a hank of his hair. Here you go. Anything else I can do to get you eaten? No, farewell. Best of luck with whatever you're doing, cast-off. I don't know what I'm doing. I suppose I'm opening that...
Ready.
Apothecary? Can we talk with you? The slumpish woman has been ill-used by the years. Her clothes are tattered and grey, as if the life has been drained from them. Her face is scabrous, and when she opens her mouth to speak, her fetid breath is nearly overwhelming. She eyes you skeptically and she says, "What do you want?" Will you look at Mr. High and Mighty? Wants nothing good, I'll wager. At least not for us. Do you have anything that might be helpful for me? Her scornful laugh is sharp and abrasive. Ha! Pass out, stranger! My simple cures do no good for your mighty highness. She turns away from you and begins to hawk her wares again. That's it? Buy some gaudy shirt, your shin's rotting in your
I am
purse.
the very soul of action.
Screw you! I'll keep my shins, okay? But talk to Sheen. The traveler fills my door again. What brings him here this time? Do you happen to have an essence that would provide someone the feeling of being an aerial predator? Pff, why would that matter? I don't have it. I don't care. I have a hank of Artaglio's hair. Ah, well, all good. Give the hair to Sheen. Oh, crap. And she takes the hair from your hands and begins humming tunelessly and tonelessly as she manipulates the levers and bolts of her strange device. She inserts Artaglio's hair into it and it begins to glow. It pulses in regular time, like a heartbeat, and she lays her hands along its sides. As she touches it, the glow surrounds her as well, and it cycles through a kaleidoscope of colors into a spectrum you cannot name, but that evokes a painful clarity of emotion. The riot of colors subsides, and the machine ceases to glow, but the colors still play about her hands. She raises them to her eyes, the colors pass within. In a few moments, she begins coughing. Great heavy heaving spasms that shake her fragile frame. She glances at you as she retches and holds up a single finger, telling you to wait. He snatches a small bottle from her countertop, and a stream of thin yellow gruel rockets from her mouth. She catches it expertly, missing another drop, and rises from her hunched posture. She passes it to you. Stand before the maw and quaff the essence of the soldier. If it desires him, you will serve in his place. I don't want to do that. Do I want to get eaten? Boras. Can we make this guy eat?
Whisper.
Why do you want the money again? Can I give you the feeling of getting eaten by the maw?
Let's go.
I'm pretty sure you don't want that. Ronard, don't you talk with me ever? You have business with Artaglio's irregulars. You talk to Artaglio, fine. Oh yeah, we don't need to talk to Ort. Alright. Anyhow,
Done.
Maw, hey there. Don't eat me. Anyway, this is a good time to take a break. Hope you guys had fun. Tell me if you did and see you around then. Have a good one.